Well, and I would argue in San Francisco, the Waymos are kind of like so if you don't live in San Francisco, I was in Chicago recently, you don't know that, like, everyone here is hopping into and prefers the
Yeah.
autonomous cars, which are Waymo.
Yep.
The first 5 times you see it, you're like, "Ooh, that's really weird." And
Yep.
then you're like, "Meh, there it is."
Yep.
And it just reminds you every day, like, yeah, AI stuff when people not too long ago, people were like, "Oh, it's 10 years away."
Yep.
Nope. Like, as soon as they got introduced, and as soon as, by the way, San Francisco tried to stop them because 'cause
Yep.
we're nuts, but
Yep.
fortunately, they got far enough along that I think it's gonna be hard to I'm sure
It's
they'll
inevitable.
try.
They've tried very hard.
Yeah.
They Yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, then I've chronicled a lot of this drama. Um, I added, like, kinda, the when I was living in District 5, we had Dean Preston as a supervisor,
Oh,
who's the
good lord.
DSA, um, dude,
I'm in
who had
District
a lot
9.
of.
We've got a socialist now.
Oh, you're in D9? Yeah, you got Jackie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
socialist. Great.
yeah. She blocked me on Twitter, so
Hey,
I can't
congratulations.
give her feedback in the way that I was giving, Dean Preston feedback, as we should say. But, yeah, no, all his long list of problems. He did this crazy, weird AstroTurf, him and Aaron Peskin, against Waymo, which, Mike Solana at Pirate Wires did a really great deep dive into, uh into, how that went down. But at the end of the day, it's technology that saves lives. Like, the government should be interested in reducing traffic fatalities or automobile violence, as the activists call it. Like,
Right.
the activists should be aligned with the technologists
Yeah.
in this regard, and I found a few, um, that are intellectually honest about it. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, it won, and it was just, like, such an unbelievable, unmitigated, um, loss, for the NIMBYs and Luddites who wanted to get rid of the Waymo. They lost in the court of public opinion. They lost. They lost in the sort of policy government side.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it basically boiled down to they wanted city level control. They were sort of saying, "Hey, the state CPUC and DMV shouldn't be allowed to, approve this stuff. The city of San Francisco
Yeah.
needs the ability to, review Waymo." And you're like, "No, this is, like, never gonna work. If every city council in the
Right.
state of California had to approve Waymo for it to, like, drive through the territory,
Yeah.
uh, this would not work." And when they didn't get their way, they started doing weird shit, like, um, compromising the, like, parking lot licenses of
Yeah.
Waymo employees and stuff like that. It was super weird.
It's just this is the nutty thing about San Francisco is you have all this so much wealth and, like, dynamic, intelligent people, and then, um, near us, there's an old theater called the Castro Theater that's just been
Yeah,
empty for years,
I used
and
to.
somebody was renovating it, and they wanna make it a a concert venue.
Yep,
The city fought it.
yep.
Like,
Well,
keep it cl
specifically,
keep it
Aaron
closed and
Peskin
yeah,
fought.
there you go. And it has something to do with the seats, and by the way, if you've ever been to this theater, the seats are just horrible, uncomfortable, they're way too small, and you're just like,
I
what"
actually loved the theater, and kind of you're right, it's uncomfortable. It
Yeah.
was kind of charmingly uncomfortable, but yeah.
The
Yeah.
fact that anybody gives a crap and is gonna put money into something,
Exactly.
and that you've got a government that would fight that is like, you just it's just astonishing.
My favorite part of that was how it was, like, heterosexual supervisors from outside of the Castro that were trying to tell, gay supervisor Raphael Mandelman what to do at the historic Castro Theater.
Right.
It's kinda like, why does it matter to you? They're, like, such committed NIMBYs. Um,
It is crazy.
um,
The Waymo thing has been great in that respect, just watch because I just thought it was not gonna happen, they were gonna regulate it, then there's a whole thing where, like, anytime Waymo gets in an incident, like,
yeah,
if you think about it mathematically, it's 90% safer than a human driver, but
yeah,
once in a while, it's gonna drive by a school bus,
mhm.
and then that's a front page story. Now,
Oh, yeah,
I see that happen 12 times on my way to work by somebody in some Prius or whatever the hell they're driving, their Jeep Wagoneer, that doesn't make the news, but,
totally.
um,
But there was, yeah, at the height of that stuff, when they were kind of running their Luddite propaganda bullshit, they, there was a story in, I don't one of these rags SF Gate or Mission Local or something, where they put, they were listing the number of incidents, which Waymo has to report, every kind of incident or accident. So they included, can't remember, the number was like 8 for the month or something, and, like, one of those was, a stop sign fell over and, like, fell on the Waymo and dented it.
Right.
So, reported as an incident. But there hadn't I mean, there have been shockingly few actual injuries. Um,
Well, I'm surprised because you would think it's 90% it's literally like 90%
Radically,
safer than a human, but that
radically.
still means you get
You're gonna get
something's
some.
something's gonna happen. You think, "Man, God forbid one thing happens. Is it gonna be that we're suspending this and the whole thing, or is it?" I think the cat's too far out of the bag or the toothpaste too out of the
It's
whatever, but
for sure.
hopefully.
I think so,
And
but this is the
yeah,
thing with autonomy, and I remember talking about this a long time ago. So I had a professor, Gil Pratt, who worked on the DARPA Grand Challenge when he was a professor at MIT before Olin. And, I remember him talking about how, and this was in 2008, he was looking, or 2006. Um, he was, talking about how autonomous cars are gonna have to be so much, if they were safer than humans by 1%, it wouldn't fly.
right,
Like, you as soon as you hand the keys over to autonomy, people are going to react emotionally and, demand sort of more a higher level of safety from a computer than they would from a human.
right,
So Waymo's done that. I mean, it's like an order of magnitude
yeah,
safe. Um, and, yeah, I mean, look, that team has been absolutely brilliant on the policy front as well as
yep,
the technology side.
yeah,
Um, my biggest concern is I would just love for there to be more. I want Waymo to have more competitors.
yeah.
Uh,
Well,
it's a
Zoox
shame.
is coming, apparently.
Yeah.
I had a funny one. I'll wrap up. I have one more thing for you, but, I had someone this weekend ask they were kinda from out of town, and they just done their first Waymo ride, and they're like, "Yeah, but what about when it rains?" And I was
Oh, yeah.
like,
It's way
"Well,"
faster than a human when it
I'm like,
rains.
"Whatever a human knows about rain." Like, I don't
Yeah.
think people get like, you look left and right at a stop sign.
Yeah.
Waymo's probably looked left, right, up, down, backwards, and forwards 7,000 times in that period. So,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
whatever a human can do with rain, I'm pretty sure the Waymo's 10 times better.
So I grew up in Florida where it rains almost every day, it seemed. And so people, when I moved to Massachusetts, and I was like, holy crap, people do not know how to drive in the rain here. And it's true in Northern California. It was true in New York. In Florida, you're just used to it. But like, if you really think about it, like heavy rain in San Francisco, we just got some yesterday. It's
Yeah,
super rare. It happens like a few times a year. And the Waymo has seen it, millions of times. I I think that a human driver in the rain in San Francisco is atrocious and should be replaced.
yeah, exactly. Well, let me ask you this. Hey, I've asked my guests this recently. I was just kinda having fun, and then a non-zero number of guests, like, weren't are we gonna have to blow up the data centers? Like, is the AI gonna become a problem, and we're gonna have to
Ha,
go pull the plug on a
yeah.
data center?
No, I don't subscribe to this at all. Um, yeah. I oh man, we've only got a minute before I have to
Yeah,
run, so I don't have, I probably can't quite dive into it, but the amount of hand waviness around this AI doomerism, um, I think is, sort of the safetyism industrial complex.
yeah,
Um, it's I don't know, it's hard to take it seriously for me,
yeah,
without sort of specific concerns, and I think the actual real world of AI safety, like the things that the people who work on safety at OpenAI are doing, they're working on real, particular, present problems, solving them. Um, People talking about hypotheticals in the future that typically don't have the technical background to be able to make the predictions they're making just is so uninteresting to me.
well, that's good.